Hi everyone, I'm Natalie from My Progression, and this video is about differentiation. This is a topic that could terrify the most experienced of educators, but today let's break it down to manageable parts that you can use in your own planning and teaching. What is differentiation? Put simply, differentiation in teaching means tailoring your lessons with individual children's needs in mind. This involves changing the content, delivery, or methods of learning to ensure every child learns in a way that's suitable for them. This could be as simple as phrasing a question differently for different students in your class, or to have different worksheets. Differentiation can be implemented in the following ways. Content. This is what the student needs to learn and also what learning materials they have access to. Process, a learning activity or game to engage the student and make sense of the learning content. Products, a variety of projects designed to help the students apply their knowledge and challenge them to demonstrate it. Learning environments, the way the classroom is set up and how it feels to learn in that environment. So where do you start? To be able to effectively differentiate your lessons, you need to get to know your children. This can take time, but use what you have at your fingertips to gain an insight into understanding the pupils in your class, and then this should be a step in the right direction to help you plan and resource your lesson. Use previous data to identify the attainment of the children and EHCPs to understand the complexities of some children's needs. I would recommend a verbal transition meeting from their previous teacher where you learn the important things that may have an impact on a child's learning, such as Jane's mum has been really poorly and Jane struggled emotionally last year. She did try in class, but was often distracted. Begin to build up a picture of the children in your class. As an educational professional, I'm sure you will subconsciously differentiate by the many methods you use to deliver lessons. You'll use visual, auditory and kinesthetic teaching styles to meet the varying needs of the developing child. When teaching in the classroom, you'll use your voice and in many cases have the visual support for presentation to deliver your content. You'll also have opportunities for children to access resources to reinforce learning in a physical and tactile way. For example, in maths, you might use games or competitions, or number fans or place value cards for younger pupils. And whilst all of this will be a staple of your general teaching practice, it's important to understand and be able to articulate what it is that you're doing. Be consistent. Take what you do and do it purposefully to ensure the best outcomes in your lesson planning. Put the child at the heart of all you do. As previously mentioned, you need to get to know the children in your class. One way to identify who will need extra support is through your use of effective questioning, or AFL. It's important that you tailor your questions to enable children to succeed and allow them to think and reason. You do this to instill confidence and to encourage critical thinking. Praise, encourage, and support at all times. This is differentiation, not segregation, so ensure that the groups don't feel like they're being treated differently. I'd love to hear some strategies on how to ensure your lower ability groups don't feel demotivated. Let me know in the comments. If you do identify children who are unable to answer the questions and are struggling to keep up, you will need to offer them some support. So this support could be for your more able students to develop and extend learning, allowing them to push themselves. You could give them time to build their confidence and realise they do understand. Sometimes a little more time is all they need. Work alongside and reteach the learning by perhaps moving back to fill in the gaps that are stopping the child from understanding. This is for the children who need gentle support to attain. The resources we use must allow the children to become proficient and confident in the learning, but we must also challenge them. You could use pre-made worksheets. Worksheets from various educational sites are often available pre-differentiated. This can cut down on your workload, but look carefully and make sure each task is appropriate. I've put some links in the description below, so whilst you're there, like and subscribe to keep seeing more from my progression. What can you do? Now that you know who you need to differentiate your lesson for, let's have a look at some practical ways to make this easier for you and ensure your class is getting the most out of it. Learning stations. You can offer students various types of content by setting up handy learning stations. Learning stations help children work at the right level for them. You can give them a choice of which learning station they want to work at, giving them a chance to reflect on their own level of learning. These stations may include watching a video, making artwork, or reading an article, and they can rotate which station they learn from and gain information from each new rotation. Then, once students have been to each station, you can hold a class discussion to cement their learning. This is your reminder, you can collect certificates on your CPD topics, so head to the description for a link for more information. Ask them how they learn. Asking students questions about their learning and studying preferences will help you understand how to meet the needs of your class. You can try pulling individual members aside to find out the following. Favourite lesson types. Most enjoyable class activities. What projects they feel happiest about. What particular exercises do they find most useful? Once you've gathered this information, you can determine which methods suit your students' learning abilities. Model learning. You can help your students become familiar with the idea of differentiated learning by explaining your own learning abilities. Talking about your own areas of strength and weakness helps children learn that not all people learn in the same way. You can explain some of the tactics that work for you and suggest that they try the same. Promote student ideas. Encouraging students to pitch their own projects may unearth some surprising results and give you an insight into children's minds. Students will have an idea of what kind of learning they prefer, so taking their preferences into consideration when tailoring lessons is good. Set a challenge. Have a challenge on the board, or as you mark, verbally give the child a challenge. Having tasks on a presentation can support differentiation. So why not use different levels? So level 1, easy. All children should be able to manage this. Level 2, the majority of children should manage the task. Level 3, the children can push their knowledge and show they're confident in their understanding. They can all start at level 1 and move up, or they could choose which level they want to tackle. Remember to always ensure the easiest option will still offer a challenge. The task should not just allow the child to tread water, but to swim to the next stage. Remember that mistakes are good because we learn from them. Take time to reteach, consolidate, and challenge. Now we'll look at some useful resources. Support staff. The greatest resource you can have in your classroom is another adult. Make effective use of them. Do not necessarily plan for your TA to work with a less able child, as they may well benefit from your teaching. Working with different groups will allow you to compare notes and ensure you're all on the same page. Discussions with your TA before and after the lesson, either verbal or note form, allow for you to keep evaluating the individuals in your class. I really feel that Sarah is now confident in fractions. She could work independently tomorrow. Use of electronics. Laptops and iPads can most definitely have their place in the classroom. For the child struggling with handwriting, build on their word processing skills. For the group of children struggling with division, use an interactive game to motivate and promote confidence. Use effectively and plan, making sure that you've vetted the game beforehand. Peer support. Partner work for some children is an excellent way of promoting confidence. Be clear in your instructions that this is teamwork, not just one child doing the work, and check regularly that that is happening. Pairing up a more able child with a less able child is often effective. The more able child can cement their learning by having to explain and guide, whilst the child lacking in confidence has the opportunity to work alongside a peer, which can promote self-esteem and confidence. Make sure you couple up carefully and praise throughout. I can see that Jane and Sarah are working so well together. I could hear you talking about the effects of light on plant growth. Well done. At the heart of differentiation is the child's individual needs. After your lesson, reflect. Is each child learning and consolidating the learning through teaching as well as the tasks set? Is the teaching meeting needs of the learners, and is the task appropriate? Try not to overthink differentiation. As you get to know your pupils, you will begin to automatically adjust your planning, teaching and resourcing. Believe in yourself. Be the best you can be and keep the children at the heart of all you do. You're all doing an amazing job. If you do have any further tips or advice on this huge topic, please do get in touch and share your experiences in the comments. We're all in this together. I've been Natalie from My Progression, and if you found this video has helped you feel more confident about differentiation, then check out the rest of our channel for more videos on working in education. And let's keep your career in motion.